Hey, what's up guys? This is the first episode of me just talking through how this last week went with me writing and diving into the book and those kind of things. Thanks for the support so far. Being back on the channel, it's been great, like using that side of my brain for content creation again, so it's been good. But yeah, in regards to the book, this video, I wanted to be just plain and transparent. Like, I'm not going to do any editing on it. It's just me talking to you guys as I kind of go through the journey of me writing my book. So if you are new here, for those that don't know, I am writing my very first novel. Now, I didn't study creative writing. It's on my heart that I need to write this book. It is a fiction fantasy book. It's not 100% fantasy. Like, one of my biggest inspirations, or one of my favorite authors, is James Patterson, and like the way that he writes is incredible. And from what I can see, like the way that I'm writing, it's very much influenced by his writing style. I do enjoy reading fantasy, but sometimes it's just way too out there, and I get confused with names, and like this elf is named this and this. It's just too much, and sometimes I can't keep up, if I'm honest. But yeah, to get back to my book, I am currently like 80 pages in. So the journey started towards the end of last year in December. Started writing the book. It's something that I started thinking of in probably about 10 years ago, and kind of just left it, never picked it up or anything. And then last year December, I was like, okay, now is the time to do this. And it's been going good. Initially, I started with I'm challenging myself to do 100 days of writing every single day, at least 500 words. And it was good to get me through that initial push, because sometimes the creative juices isn't there. And, you know, if you end up writing 500 words, even if it doesn't make it into the book, it's still, you keep that muscle active. Fast forward, or rewind, I had a beautiful baby girl that was born in January, and that's kind of where the challenge stopped. So I stopped writing since January, or the end of January, and 4 months later, she's 4 months old now, it finally feels like I'm a human again. Like, it was a pretty tough 4 months. It's our first time being parents, myself and my wife. So it was a lot of learning curves, and a lot of late nights and early mornings, and some nights not even sleeping at all. And then on top of that, still having a full-time job. But I'm finally in that headspace where I feel like I can write again. So it started last week again, and it's been good. Last week didn't write as much, but that's what I told myself, at least with the YouTube channel as well. As like, this will kind of keep me accountable. I won't be able to do 500 words a day. Some days I work late, some days I start working very early, and then, you know, with Skylar, our small baby girl, she's a handful, so I don't get the time to write every single day. But last week did at least mention, or manage to at least finish 2 chapters. I finished one up, which was very short, and then kind of did like 2 full chapters, so I'm very happy about that. The goal for this week is I'm pretty deep into a certain point of the book, and I plotted it out. I have an idea as to where I think it's going to go, so I think I'm just going to go with that idea and just kind of run with it and see where it goes. So yeah, that's it. From my thinking is, I'm hoping that the book will be finished by the end of this year. I'm most likely going to do self-publishing. I don't know. I've watched a lot of TikTok videos and a lot of YouTube shorts on self-publishing and like traditional publishing, and I don't know. I honestly don't know. My goal is now just to finish the book, and then I'll start looking for an editor that can help me edit it down, and then go through the revisions. And I guess by the time we get to like actually the book's finished as a whole, then hopefully someone in the comments or someone has reached out to me or given me insight. So if you do know of any Discord groups or any community groups for new aspiring authors, please let me know in the comments. I gladly want to get stuck into that community, if I can put it like that. Side note, got a whole bunch of James Patterson books over the weekend. It was like £12 on Vinted, so super stoked. Like 13 books for £12. So yeah, that's gonna be on my reading list, is just a whole bunch of James Patterson. But yeah, I guess that's it for this. Like I said, no editing on this. It's just gonna be a weekly check-in as to how was the process, was there any progress on the book or not, and yeah, just to keep you guys up to date. So I guess the next time I'll see you is when we do comic book review. Until then, cheers guys, bye.